was a time where we were allowed to color outside the lines, to do what we passionately felt we wanted to do, how we wanted to dance, choreograph, dress. Hip-hop represents that freedom, a time where we were able to tell our story our way.
The history of hip-hop started in the Bronx of New York City in 1973, August 11th, 1520 Sedgwick Avenue to be exact. Hip-hop was created by a DJ. I don't think most people know that. DJ Kool Herc. His sister wanted to throw this back-to-school bash, so they threw one in the basement. And from that day, when he hit this first scratch, was the inception and the birth of hip-hop.
I said, damn, I write it out of your seat, then you throw your hands high in the air. You're rocking.
The first time I heard, I said a hip hop, a hibbit to the hibbit, a hip hip for hopping, you don't stop for rocking. Really, it was the first time someone to me had took that funk music with that quick dance beat and put something to it that was different from R&B. It was a Sugar Hill Gang, introducing the world to a whole new groove.
I said a hip hop, the hibbit to the hip hop, you don't stop the rockin' to the bang bang.
To me, rap is the genre and hip hop's the culture. That's how I've always seen it. Yeah, it started off as rap, but it was born on the streets of Harlem and in the Bronx in the late 70s.
The four main pillars of hip-hop are the DJ, the commander of the music, the MC, which is now the rapper, breakdancing, and graffiti. The DJ at the beginning in the Bronx was wanting to make music. I mean, taking two records, scratching together, creating a beat. The DJ was the producer. He was the musician. And it was amazing because it came out of a need. Didn't have enough money to play an instrument, couldn't get to it, so they created it. And that is hip hop. Out of nothing comes everything. And now today, it's a multi-billion-dollar business.
Lexus is proud to honor iconic Black artists during Black Music Month. Continue watching this exclusive look at hip-hop history on Billboard, presented by Lexus.
Playback.
It started as a form of showmanship with different DJs and street parties. Disc jockeys, which is where the name DJ comes from, would compete with each other. They would do these amazing rap battles.
Back then, rappers weren't just called rappers, they were called MCs. I think it's a takeoff on the EMCEE, host of a show. But here these guys are, and women who are hosts of the tales that they're telling through these rap stories.
Yeah, I hope you realize one day that your week is Monday through Sunday. I mean, listen, I'm just from the West Coast. There was so much stuff going on the West Coast at that time. We had corrupt police. So hip hop kind of was like the voice of the urban community. Like DJ Quick saying, now Miami is just like Compton.
Born and raised in Compton.
In the 80s, it was an explosion of hip-hop artists infusing more conscious lyrics, dealing with the socio-economic political situation that Black people found themselves in.
With the result of the lack of investment in Black communities and police surveillance and the crack epidemic and people getting beat up, you had, a great rap group by the name Public Enemy who started this, they would call it conscious rap now. You had this song called Fight the Power.
Part of the beauty of hip-hop music is what it spawned, the birth of other things that were related to hip-hop music. Clothing, language, dance.
When I first saw breakdancing, I was blown away because it was both athletic and like gravity defying. But the isolation, Mr. Wiggles, Poppin' Pete, was the robot. It was electrifying. And it was always in time with the break beat. So it was so bombastic. It was just so chic and in your face and bad to the bone. You know what I mean? Ding, ding. I remember first meeting Mr. Wiggles and I was like, I don't pop. I'm a trained dancer. And he was like, you're gonna learn, and you're gonna learn the basic. So I remember he'd just leave me in the studio, like flexing, like step 1 to popping. And just hours later, I'd be like, guys, I know the step. And they were like, but you don't know where it comes from. So they nicknamed me 60-40, like 60% trained, 40% from the street.
It's like this and like that and like this and it's like that and like this and like that and it's like
A lot of people thought at the beginning it wasn't going to last. So for me, that was the beginnings, and it was just something, wow, we need to start paying attention to and keep listening and see what happens.